Am I the astronaut for keeping in touch with my 32 male ex? My subsequent girlfriends have been uncomfortable. Yeah, because you're talking to... Let's read it.
All right, yep.
I'll start from the beginning.
Oh,
Me and my
God.
second girlfriend, Jackie, were together 2014 to 2016 for 3 years and lived together. We broke up on good terms, partly because I wasn't attracted to her anymore and stayed best friends. Yeah, listen, I used to... Baby, when I used to love you.
Yeah, and stay best friends. I don't know. I never really did that, so...
Yeah, well,
people do. I get it.
We broke up on good terms, partly because I wasn't attracted to her anymore, and stayed best friends afterwards. She's been with another guy since 2017. Then in 2020, I got together with Lena. I was never very sexually... Bro, what are you... You know that's part of it? I'm not saying it doesn't have to be all of it, but what...
Why are you getting into those
Dude, the personality fucking rocked.
Right.
And
you gotta be somewhat attracted. Come on, it's something. It has to be.
Then in 2020, I got together with Lena or Lena. I have to say Lena.
Yeah.
I was never very sexually attracted to her, but she was a great person, and I thought that since attraction dies anyway, we can make it work. Wow, that's not a hard and fast rule, homie. That didn't work out, and we broke up in July 2023. Throughout the relationship, she was very insecure and didn't like the fact that I was friends with Jackie, so I was barely talking to Jackie anymore. Even if the two of them met and they were friendly with each other, Lena and I don't really talk anymore. Only rarely about admin stuff and getting my stuff back. So, did they meet, or it's just... Even
if they were to meet.
She was very insecure and didn't like the fact that I was friends with Jackie, so I was barely talking to Jackie anymore, even if the two of them met and they were friendly with each other. That's what I'm saying. Like, so did that happen, or are you hypothetical?
Right. They'd be friends. They'd be great friends. I know their personalities.
Immediately after breaking up with Jackie, I got together with my friend and coworker, Alice. I had been attracted... Oh, so now looks mattered? I didn't know, homie. I had been attracted to her for some time and things were going great. But, eventually I'm not going to be attracted to her anymore, so let's see the personality. One thing she has a problem with are my exes. After we got together, I went on a short holiday with some friends, including Jackie, and we all stayed in the same room. I hadn't told Alice in advance and she was very upset and hurt. Recently, we discussed this problem with exes. Alice has 2 exes. One was abusive, and they're not in touch. The other one was short-term, and the guy wants to be friends with her, but she sees no point in it. Hey, I agree with Alice. I told her I'm still processing what happened between Lena and me, and she said, well, you should have processed that before getting together with me.
Bars.
Dog. Should have processed that before getting together with me. I was so hurt, so insensitive. It's a process. Was I supposed to wait a year before making a move on Alice?
No, you make your move when you're fucking ready.
Yeah, when you're over every of your ex.
Right. Don't pull the next one into your shit.
Exactly. Then I told her that Jackie and I aren't best friends. She is just the person that knows me best. But didn't you say earlier that you guys were still best friends? Can I actually stay best friends afterwards?
Yeah. She's not my best friend. Well, at this point, they're not anymore. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he means.
Then I told her that Jackie and I aren't best friends. She's just the person that knows me best, and I would also ask her for advice. I don't feel the need to spend time with her all the time, and I want her to be well because she's important to me. We have been through hardships, and we lived together for 3 years, but I realized that this is weird. Okay, I'm seeing some growth here. I like that. But to me, she's like a sister or family. You and little... sister dipping, little kissing cousins in there.
That's not.
But she's like a sister or family or a friend from high school I still keep in touch with. Alice asked me why we broke up and I didn't want to answer. Alice then said, well, you don't even want to spend that much time with her. You just think of her as the most important person because you fucked her more than you fucked me, although I even doubt that with her face. Wow, this is wild. So your current girl was like, well, you don't even want to spend that much time with her. You just think of her as the most important person in your life because you fucked her more than you fucked me, although I even doubt that with her face. So she's even calling her unattractive.
Right. So you fucked that trollop.
I was so mad I told her that it didn't make her look good. She then said it didn't make me look good either when I was making snarky remarks in front of Lena about the guys Alice was dating because I was crushing on her back then, to the point our friends thought we had an affair. Anyways, I thought, gee, this is all over the place. Yeah. I then cried because I don't really want to break off contact with people who are important to me. Alice told me she never requested me to do that, which is true. She just tried to understand my mind state, and she was hurt after the vacation with my ex. We made up, and Alice is such a great person, but I wonder if I'm weird or what's going on.
You're fucking weird. Sorry. I didn't mean to blurt that out. Let me analyze you real quick. Because, what are we doing? You know what I mean? It's like this is a common case to me of you want your cake and eat it too, player. Can't have it that way, man. I know it sounds good in theory in your mind, but in reality, there's other people involved, and they're not going to feel the same fucking way that you have. And this, and how about the ex that you stay in contact? He didn't really mention how's her current man. Did she say that? He said how her current man was okay with it. He didn't even say that.
Yeah, she's been with another guy since 2017.
Right. But he's not really mentioning, like, they're probably fucking beefing, like, hey, you want to stop talking to your fucking ex so we can build? For things to grow, old roots can't exist. For things to grow, you must clip old roots. For things to grow,
sometimes you got to prune the tree. I understand that other people have different opinions. I just don't see the point. For me, in my life, it's never been a thing where I've never understood, because once there is that thing that people talk about, like, well, we don't want to date because we don't want to ruin our friendship. And I think that's what that does every single time. It's always going to be weird to somebody else because as we've reacted to different Am I the Assholes before of like, so then this goes into, homie, if you ever marry Lena, you're going to invite Alice to the wedding.
Yeah, that's just strange in the sense to me. I don't, I'm not saying you can't be cool with somebody, but it's gone. It's done. You know what I mean? Let it die. Let it rest. You know what I'm saying? It's, like you said, you don't see the point of kind of dragging that on and now expecting everybody else to be cool with it. Like, is the ex, her people's cool with it too? And some people have those open relationships where they probably all are. I never understand it, but people do. So it's almost like, okay, you guys are in your own little bubble, and it's almost like a pretend world to me. I'm going to pretend that my penis was never in her. Sound good? All right.
Well, the thing with Jackie, his, quote, best friend that he used to date, is you need to understand that when you say to a new person, this is the person I used to date, and this person that knows me the most in the world, and I'm closest to, like,
that's a threat.
That's a tough. Well, or that's just like, how do I get to that position when someone's already holding?
Right. You're basically saying they know me the best. They know it's like that's who you're competing with.
Yeah.
You're telling her, like, if you want to be in that same light as my ex there, Alice was her name.
Jackie was the second
Jackie was the
girlfriend
one, right? So Jackie was the one that knew him the best. It just didn't work out, and you're blatantly throwing that in their faces, like Jackie knows me the best, and it's my best friend. You're gonna have to deal with it.
Yep.
And then they're gonna be like, all right, deuces, cuz. You're not gonna get ahead of that ball when you're trying to like get somebody to think and move the way you do with those kind of layouts, man. And if you do, then you just found the right person for you, because it seems like a hard task.
Yeah, I think you could eventually find someone that's cool with you, because there are people that don't look at sex as a connection thing at all.
Right.
There are people that look at it as very transactional, and eventually you could probably find somebody that you can get with that doesn't care about the exes that you're still in contact with. It could happen. But you just got to find your...
It just goes into not even outside of sex. It's like you had something for each other. You could say you weren't attracted, but there was something there. You know what I'm saying? And it's not fair to the other person. Like, I'll just sit around until like you guys maybe reconnect or something. It's not fair to ask that person to sit there and then like hang around this person that you shared energy. Like, we're all shared energy, man. Like, once you share that kind of energy of attraction with somebody, that window can open up at any time. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can possibly sprout into something, and you guys are just dangling around until maybe we'll get it right in the future, and let's just kind of stay in touch until maybe,
Yeah, it's a tough ask of your girlfriend to expect you to just still be in contact with your exes and pretend like, no, but she's just my best friend. Yeah. Like, well, I bet you your new girlfriend wants to be your best friend too. I imagine that she wants that,
I know, and to throw it up in her face, and I mean, you're trying to be open and communicative about that, so I mean, that's a respectable thing, but you can't expect the response to be what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect it to be, well, what's wrong with that? Well, I mean, you got to hear her out, man. She's gonna find a lot wrong with it. She's competing with an ex-girlfriend that didn't work out, and this is she knows you the best.
And I want to know. All right, in this situation here, immediately after breaking up with Jackie, I got together with Alice, the coworker. I had been attracted to her for some times, whatever. One thing she has a problem with my ex is after we got together, I went on a short holiday with some friends, including Jackie, and we all stayed in the same room. I didn't tell but my question is, was Jackie's man there? I'm not saying y'all even did anything. Right. All I want to know was Jackie's man there because of like, listen, if me and my girl are going to go somewhere with friends and we're all staying in the same room and her ex is there, I'm not gonna be comfortable with. I'm not,
Right.
and I'm not even saying like, yo, I think you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and go do. It's not what
not
I'm
a
saying.
comfortable deal.
What I'm saying is just like y'all try to hang out with your fucking ex's man or girl,
Right,
either
right.
either situation. Like
Just
that's
hanging out. It's always a strange thing that people there are people that do that and that tap into that. They can do that. I've seen people where their exes are best friends with their new, like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
become like very close. You know, I just talked to a guy I knew that that I know, and he was saying that the girl he used to mess with is very close with his current wife. You know what I'm saying? And they're like cool friends. And I'm just like, I would say, bro, is that a weird situation? It's like, nah, because the way they make it seamlessly, like they're okay, like they really get along.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
able to kind of put that out of their mind of like, hey, we shared this guy together and you had him before me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I always think it's just something I can't connect with, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
people can't, I just can't.
I can't call you an asshole or not because you can find a group of people to go and be around that do
Like-minded.
accept this
Right,
and that
like-minded,
vibe with
yeah.
this.
Yep.
It's not me. I don't get it.
Right.
I don't understand the just like the person in your face all the time. Like I said, when we reacted to different, like I'm gonna go to my ex girl. I'm trying to be in the wedding party of my ex and like yo,
Right.
just
Yeah,
leave him the
that's-
fuck alone.
Right,
but
right. But
It's
you're
not me.
trying, yeah. But I would say that feels like a classic case of you want your cake and eat it too. You don't want to be with that person, but there's so much you like about them that you want it around still.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's just almost like unfair for the next person that comes into your life to deal with that. You know what I mean? That's,
I'm not saying you're an asshole, but Alice definitely thinks you're an asshole.
right?
So
And we can't knock her for that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, go find the one that doesn't think you're an asshole, and then you're not an asshole. How's that
Exactly.
sound?
Because you don't want to break off contact with Jackie. That is fine if that's how you want to live your life. But then you have to get other people in your life that align with your values.
To
Because
understand that. Somebody that does it too, because obviously people do it. You just
Yeah.
got to find that person that is like, now, let me ask you this. Are you okay with your girlfriend being best friends with her ex-man? Does that sit well with you? Because then if not, you're a hypocrite. That's all I'm saying. You know
and
what
your
I'm saying?
ex saying like, well, no, see, you gotta understand, he knows me the best. He's my best friend.
How are you
and
taking
blah, blah,
that?
blah. And
I
that's-
know. You got to reverse it to see how that would sit with you.
Yeah.
Flip the table, spin it around, and now receive and go, how do I feel about that?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'm best friends with him. You gotta understand, no, he's like a brother to me. Because that's what you're saying. She's like a sister to me. She's like a
Right.
blah, blah, blah. All that other
Right.
shit. Like,
Kiss and
come on,
sister.
dog.
Kiss and
It's-
sis.
Yeah.
Kiss and sis. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
It's a lot. It's a
yeah.
lot.
I mean, I've seen people. I've had exes that I, may encounter. They might even been like just because the dynamics they knew, our families were tied in somehow. So they might have been in a setting like you're gonna be there, but it was never that whole like.
You're
oh,
not the
man.
one that invited him, though.
Right. I'm not. It's like we're here. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be very professional from my end because I don't. I'm not gonna do that and make a big scene like, yeah, I used to sleep with her, and now we're in the same room together. Honey, you believe that? She's my bestie.
Right.
I wouldn't even put her in a
She
position
knows
like
me the
that.
best. Like,
Right.
it's
That's kind of fucked up to say. So.
yeah, it's some that is some like I don't know. Like I said, you got to get somebody with a different mind state
Right.
that you're dating if you want to choose to do this.
You want right. Just gotta be somebody on your ball.
You can't expect. All I'm saying is you can't expect everyone to accept that. You can't expect everyone to just be like, "This is fine."
I get it.
Yeah.
The one that says I get it, you're onto something.
And I give the girl like, you should have processed this before getting together with me. I think that's the best thing that she said. Of just
Right.
like, listen.
Why even get into a more serious? Because it sounds like you were jumping into serious situations.
Yeah.
Not just somebody you're talking to. Now you're getting into a serious situation and you got a fire still burning over here that you ain't put out, player. Put the fucking fire out, okay? Before
Because
you
I
fight
agree
another
with
one.
Alice here of just like there was one short term and the guy wants to be friends, but she sees no point in it. Me too, because for most of the time, homeboy that still wants to be friends with her, you know what he is? Right now, he's on the bench.
He's on the bench.
And he wants to get in the batter's box.
Wait for
and he
your
wants
wait,
to just like,
wait for your man to fuck up I'm the shoulder. They're broad. Come on.
you know what happens in the shoulder. The shoulder's pretty easy to roll off of. And then you kind of...
You wear a silk
No
shirt. Just a little slide, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
You ever see Joe Pesci in fucking what you call it? She's like, oh, I'm crying. He's like, ah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It just saying that quick, but it can be. It can be.
Yeah, I can't say you're an asshole but I just personally don't rock like that. So you got to find your own tribe, homie.
Right. If you're asking my opinion, if I was in those shoes, I'm gonna say you're an asshole. But in general, there are people that exist with you, player. Just find them.
Yep.
Find them.
What about you? If you could leave a comment, man, are you still friends with exes? Everybody okay with that, or you like? I see it as like, man, hey, this didn't work out. Bye. Or if things can end worse too, of fuck you, goodbye.
Right, right. And leave your honesty down there. If you really think it's, something that's cool, you don't got to say, well, I agree with you guys, and you don't. If you really think it's cool, then give a good layout of why. You know what I mean?
Certain people live, people like different stuff.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. You might like fucking, rubber beads up your butt. I don't know.